So what kind of legal fallout could there be from this tragedy? Joining me now is Lee Sweal, Fox News legal analyst, former prosecutor. We also have Bob Bianchi, criminal defense attorney and former head county prosecutor. Lee, let me start with you. I mean, nothing will bring these children back, obviously. So there's, there's no punishment that's really enough. But in the eyes of the law, if this driver was reckless, what kind of danger does he face, or punishment?
Well, he's charged, he's 24 years old, Jonathan Walker. He's charged with 5 counts of vehicular homicide. We'll start with that. And honestly, in researching this, Tennessee law is really all over the place. It's as low as 3 years per count to as high as 15 to 20 years per count. These could be consecutive or they could run concurrent, all right? That's vehicular homicide. These are the most serious charges. The other charges, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, the deadly weapon, of course, being the bus itself. For that, each count of that, 1 to 6 years, all right? So, but here's the problem. When you really look at the law, that sounds like a lot of meat, right? That sounds like a tough, up to 20 years per count on the vehicular homicide. When you really get down to it, this law is anemic because you get to probation, you get to mandatory minimums, and honestly, a good defense lawyer could get this down to about 48 hours in jail per count.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Bob, what does it mean to be reckless? I mean, we see bus drivers. I mean, a lot of times it makes me nervous. I'll see a bus driver going way too fast, changing lanes, doing all kinds of things, running lights that I feel like, but what are we really talking about here to raise it to the level? Is it about the accident? Is it about what they saw beforehand of how he was driving? How do you establish that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So mere happening of an accident is not necessarily proof of recklessness under the law. What recklessness means, it's a legal definition, is a substantial disregard for a known risk. So what are some of the cases that traditionally we used to start with? DUIs, under the influence, but we've now expanded that definition. It used to be drag racing. Now we're talking about speeding. So any violation of the rules of the road that that could potentially cause injury, which are virtually all of them. So speeding in this particular case could be considered a substantial and unjustifiable risk. And the accident itself proves that he lost control.